Hey, welcome to Morning Watch. I'm here in Grey Eagle Lodge where the CITs, spend their time in the summer. And I came here because a cool thing happened here the other day that I thought I'd tell you about. There were a bunch of alumni in town for a meeting. I got here early, started setting up some of the materials and things like that I had. And then the next one shows up, says hi, looks around, and immediately goes to the kitchen. Pulls out the coffee pot, starts making coffee, lays out sugars, cream, all that kind of stuff. Nobody said a word. The next guy shows up, says hello, all like that, and then without saying a word, he kind of looks around the room and immediately comes over and starts setting a fire at the fireplace. Same thing happened with the third guy. Third guy comes in, hey, how you guys doing, all like that, and then looks around and then grabs a broom, goes out to the porch and starts to sweep. No one said anything to the other. They just immediately kind of came in, scanned the room, saw what needed to be done, and started doing it. Now, mind you, all these guys are super successful in their careers. They all, have large staffs. They're all, really, solid, businessmen and professionals. But we all had one thing in common. We were all Rockmont alumni. And we all know what it's like to walk into a room, look around, see what needs to be done, and just jump in and start doing it. If you've been to camp before, you'll have seen the same thing. How many times have you seen David Bruce cleaning a shower house? How many times have you looked up and here's, Stan Wilson, he's got a broom and he's sweeping the dining hall? How many times have you looked around and here's Dan Davis carrying a huge load of wood to go somewhere? It's the Rockmont way. When someone asks me, what it means, what do you always talk about the Rockmont way? What is it? Well, it means that, you're not afraid to work. It means that, you figure out what needs to be done and then you jump in and do it. It's called in business school, it's called servant leadership. Here it's called the Rockmont way, but really it's modeled after putting others first, serving others. In the same way that, Jesus got down and washed his disciples' feet. He didn't tell them to do it. He didn't ask someone else to do it. He made an example of it. He got down, he did it himself. That's walking the walk. That's, the fact that your actions speak louder than words, that you're not afraid to do whatever job needs to be done, when it needs to be done. You just jump in and do it. It's kind of like, frankly, it's like a cabin cleanup. If you're at cabin cleanup, you're not going to find your counselor laying on the bunk, barking off orders as to, who needs to do what. What you're going to find is he's going to be in there with you. He's going to be sweeping, or he's going to be, showing someone how to organize their cubbyhole, or, whatever the case may be. But it's that inclusive kind of, we're all in this together, kind of a cleanup effort. But it really is the Rockmont way. It's servant leadership. So, I think we all have the capacity to be great leaders, in our own way. But in order to do so, regardless of, who you are, where you come from, what you got to do is look around the room and see what needs to be done, and even more importantly, listen to people, get to know people, put yourself in their shoes, see the world from their perspective, and then it enables you to understand what you need to do to serve them. And if you do that, then you'll be a great leader. No one, when they came into Grey Eagle that day, took the attitude, oh, well, somebody should have thought of this before I got here. Or, none of them said, oh man, I shouldn't be having to do this. They just did it. They just jumped in, saw what needed to be done, without saying anything, started doing it. That is the Rockmont way. That's the Jesus way, and it can be your way too. Have a great day.